Hello, welcome to Sussex Caravan Centre. My name's Minty and I'm going to be taking you a tour of your caravan. We're going to start here. This is basically just a little storage area under the bed. There's a big space under there, obviously you can fill up. Just don't put too much heavy stuff, you don't want it to be overloaded on the back. Okay, these are your vents for the fridge, so just make sure they keep nice and clear. Front door, quite simple, and you've got the door release there. Okay, brings us to this locker here. Again, this is just another storage under the front seat here. Okay, so nothing really all that interesting going on in there. Right, this little beauty here slides up, and this is an external power point. As you can see, we have something plugged in there already, demonstrating. Slide down. This little one here, this is for an external barbecue. You can see there you've got the adapter plugs in there, and then your gas hose plugs onto the bottom of there. Really handy thing to have if you're going to cook on your nice caddock. Okay, brings us to around the front. This is a gas locker. We recommend you use the red gas bottles on here. They burn hotter, they're more efficient, and they don't freeze, unlike me. At some precise moment, it's cold out here. If you do want the blue, well, if you want propane or butane, let us know, and we can provide the right pigtail for you. Okay. Around the front here, we've got the Alco hitch. I'm not going to show you how to hitch up and unhitch, which I would do normally on a handover. If you need to find out anything about there, we did the self-help videos on our YouTube video. Everything based I'm going to show you today will be on there, so if you get stuck or you want something more specific, you can just go to a particular part rather than watching your way through the whole video here. So it's quite standard. I'll leave it up like that, and like I say, you can look at the specific videos for that. This light here is your Alco ATC. It's an automatic trailer control. When you plug that in, it should go green flash or solid green, either one is good. Basically works as a computer in the middle of the axle. If one wheel turns at a different speed than the other, then the computer will apply the brake on the correct wheel and it just stops any snaking. Always very good to say that to your insurance company. You will get a slight discount for that. Very good bit of kit. This locker here is basically just a storage locker. You can put whatever you want in there. On these coach rooms, you've got Audi central heating, it's like your wet heating at home. This is your combi boiler vent, so make sure that's never covered up with anything, keep that nice and clear. Don't want any accidents there with carbon monoxide. This here is your whale water pump part. Now on the inside of here comes with the whale water pump. You just basically plug it straight into there and the other end into your aqua roll. This locker here is your business end really. Where the battery goes, if you've got a motor mover fitted, you'll find the little motor mover key will be on the side here. Underneath you can see that we've got external satellite or coax cable points. Sometimes if you go to sites and they haven't got a good reception for your tele-aerial, sometimes they will give you on the post where you put your electric, there'll be a little point, you can just put an external coax into there and get a good picture. Depends if you want to watch lots of telly while you're on holiday. Brings me to this last point here. This is your toilet flush. So you get your chemicals, some use pink and blue, some use all-in-one system. They all do the same thing really. We're going to use pink and blue. Put your pink in here and you put some blue actually in the cassette. There's no real exact science to this. It's a bit like orange squash. You'd probably get like a 10 litre watering can, put a big splosh of the pink chemical in, fill it up with water, and then put the whole thing into here. You'll know when it's full up because it'll start floating above the actual point in there. Just try not to let it go above this external point and you should be fine. If you find what you do isn't quite strong enough and you want a bit more nice smell or more, just you can always come to this point and add a bit more pink direct in there. It will sort of sort itself out. And that brings us to this part here. This is the cassette part. To pull it out, you basically lift that handle up and pull that out. If when you're pulling that out it doesn't come and it seems to be stuck solid, it's probably because you haven't shut the flap on the toilet. Later on in the video you'll see the flap being shown to you. You'll notice on here that there is no cap. That's because it's a brand new van, but that's where you empty it from. It's quite simple. Obviously hold it up like that. If you press that button in there, that creates an airflow, so you get a nice flow. And then if you do want to clean it out a bit more thoroughly, you can lift that out and turn that and clean direct in if you want to. Again, we have the self-help videos on YouTube, so if there's anything you're a bit unsure of, then obviously you can go to that. Also on this, quite handy, little handle there and wheels if you want to wheel it. And that's all there is for the outside. Thank you. We're now on the inside. So you've got to site and you've levelled the caravan up. It's nice and level. Levelling is really important because obviously you want good drainage from your sink and your shower. So once you get there, the first thing to do is obviously plug your electric in and turn your gas on if you're going to use gas. Once you've plugged the electric in, you need to come here to the master panel. Nothing in this caravan will work unless you turn that on. Okay, as you can see, the lights have come on, and basically you can turn the lights off. Ordinarily most people would turn them off like so before they turn that off. For demonstration purposes we did it the other way around. This particular button here is also for the external awning light, which will turn it on or off. Now, at the moment I'm not going to touch this Audi heating panel or the water pump because obviously we've got no water plugged in as yet. Once you've plugged in the electric, we need to prime the water system. So the first thing to do, fill your aqua roll up, place it to the outside and put your whale pump in the aqua roll. And then we need to come into here, and on Coachburn there are two little drainage points, and to fill that up we need to obviously shut them off so they don't come floating back down outside. You will find them on this particular model, which is a Kingsham, under this seat here. Ordinarily you don't need to take these off, you would know where it is and you can just stick your arm under, but for the purpose of the video it's best that you get a good view of what you're looking at. So here and here are both water taps. They're both yellow in colour and are both facing directly up towards the ceiling. In that position it means that the tap is open and everything that sucks in will basically fall out the bottom. So both of these, to fill up the water tank, you need to flip these down like so. That is the closed position, and once we start putting water through it will fill up the boiler. Okay, and similarly when you shut down before you travel away, you've got to drain this every time. And when you drain it, all you do is literally put them back up like so, and it'll drain all the water out of the system. And keep them open, especially in storage. Keep all your taps open, keep the fresh air flowing through. You don't want any water left in there freezing, otherwise you could be facing a big expensive bill. We don't want that. So we've shut them off, you've filled the water up. It's now time to go. When you get the ban, all these taps will be open. Before we turn the water pump on, we need to shut all the taps, and that will be the shower, bathroom sink and these. Once they're all shut, then we can turn the pump on. Simply just press that button. Once you press that button, as soon as you open this tap, water will start to come out, not immediately. So all you would do is face that into the sink, turn that to cold, which is on, and open the tap up. It will take a while, it will make a bit of mess as it starts popping and fizzing about, but as soon as the water starts coming out of here clearly, you shut that tap off. Then we walk to the bathroom, we do the same in the bathroom sink, we do the same to the shower. And as soon as all the cold water comes through all the taps, obviously shut them all off, you come back round and we do the same for the hot water. Now the hot water, you've got a nice hot water tank there with a combi boiler. That will take about 10 litres, 8 to 10 litres to fill up. So the hot water will take a bit of time before it comes through, and it's normally the hot water that will make quite a bit of mess here. But just stick with it, make sure that's over the sink, and as soon as the hot water starts coming out freely here, shut this one off, do the same in the bathroom, do the same in the shower, and then you're all set to go and turn the heating on. Which brings me to this panel here. This panel here is for your Audi water and heating. The Audi system is an amazing system, and don't be put off. This is very easy to use. As soon as you turn the power on, it will come up to that where it is now. Simply press menu. Okay. This top one is for your heating inside. So at the moment it's set to 25. It is freezing cold, so it's nice to have it nice and warm. At the bottom one, or not the bottom one, sorry, this next one down is for your hot water. So you've got two settings. You've either got full or half setting for your hot water. Most people I know would normally keep that on full, even in the summer, because you always want hot water. If you have it on half and you want a nice hot shower or nice hot washing up, you'll probably have to wait 10 minutes for that to heat up, so you might as well just keep that on full. The next one down is for electric, so you can have it on 2 kilowatt, 1 off, or on 3. 3 is full power, which most people would use full power for heating and hot water and everything else. Like I said, we are nice and cold here, so we've got it on full power to keep ourselves nice and warm. If you want it on gas, you can just turn that to off and you can have gas only, or you can use gas and electric. The gas will obviously heat the water up on a cold day a lot quicker, and it won't really have much effect on the heating, but it will probably make it a little bit quicker. I've got no gas supply fitted, so I'm just going to turn that off. And that's as simple as it is. If you want it cooler, just press that button. Hotter, I'll turn the hot water off because obviously we've got no water in there at the moment. And there you go, just simple off, and then press the menu, and that's it. There are more complicated things you can do on there. There are timers. That is covered more on the self-help tutorials on our YouTube page, so please refer to that, or the paperwork that comes with the van. You will find it all in this drawer here in the folder. Okay, so just refer to them, refer to the YouTube for self-help. It really is one of the most simplest systems to use, and that's why we like Coachman. Nothing's too complicated. Okay, so you've got on site, you plugged in the electric, you've got the water on, you've got the water heating on, you're all set for a nice holiday. Next thing to do, probably turn your fridge on. Now this fridge is a very good fridge. It gets nice and cold. It's basically set on auto, so it will detect whether it's got gas or electric. We've got no gas fitted today, so if I turn it on, just by simply pressing that dial, there we go, you just keep your finger pressed on it, and it's automatically detected that we're on the electric. It will, if you're plugged into the car and you're transporting, it will run on 12 volt. It will automatically detect that if you come in and turn it on, and then while you're driving, it will cool the fridge down. It's not as effective as gas or electric, but it should be enough to chill your wine before you get there and set up, because we all like a glass of wine when we get there, don't we? So we've turned it on, and it's nice and light. By turning the dial, basically adjust the temperature. So all you would do is press that, and that gets you through the menu system. So that's your automatic set at the moment. And that's your temperature. So you press that, and then you can go up and down. Press it again, and then you can turn the dial to get exactly where you want. Like I said, it's set on auto, so it will automatically detect electric, gas, or 12 volt. And like I said, it will only run on 12 volt while you're hooked up to the car. Okay. These are very good fridges. In my own experience, I only have the temperature set on 3. Normally, anything like that in the fridge, anything higher than that, you'll probably find it frozen in the morning. That's how good they are. To turn it off, just simply press that button again, keep it pressed in. There we go. Okay. This particular thing here is your Omni vent. So basically what you do is you open that up like so, all the way, and you can set this to suck and blow. Quite simply press the power button, and then it will go to, basically it'll extract straight away, and then you can just, there's different speed settings. And then that particular one there is your downward speed. And then you can also turn it the other way if you want a bit of, if you want some cool air coming in. Okay. And then turn it off, just simply press that. And then if you're not using it and it's cold outside, which it is today, simply shut that nice and tight. And at night time, you've also got the added shut there to keep the light out. All these blinds, quite self-explanatory for nighttime use. Like so, that's your fly screen for windows to be opened. These particular ones at the front are all the way down for night time, all the way down at the top for fly screen, all the way up. This particular van here has a fast charge point here for your mobile phone, so you can just rest it on there and it'll charge it up nicely. You will also find USB points dotted around all over the place. There are 2 here above the fridge, along with your carbon monoxide alarm. Obviously you've got your TV point here, so you can put your telly there. There's also, some people will have it at the front. It's basically down to what you personally prefer. With a dedicated point here, it's probably quite easy putting your telly here. Brings us to the bed. Again, there's lots of storage under the bed. It's our brand new demo van, so there's Alco wheel locks and stuff underneath. Got a nice bit of storage there. Wardrobe's quite simple. In this particular one is your Aldi top-up point. You wouldn't have to do much with that, that's all to do with the servicing department. But there is a little window that says maximum and minimum. Just keep an eye on that. If it gets below minimum, give us a phone call, we can tell you how to sort that out, okay? Same blind system as the front here. And for the hecky above the bed, little button to push in, which brings the lever down, and you can open that up like so. And just push it down, push that up, so it's locked in place. And then to shut off, you've got the fly screen, and then nighttime use. Into the bathroom. It's quite self-explanatory. The toilet is electric flush. It's not like your flush at home where you press a button and walk away, it will do everything. All the time you keep your finger pressed on a button, it will dispense the water into the bowl. It does come with some blue and pink flush chemical, and that's the cap for the cassette on the bottom, but that'll probably be on there for you. And obviously earlier on you heard me say about the toilet flap. That is the open and that is a close. If it's open like that, and again, like I said, if you try and get the cassette out and it doesn't come out, you know that's open. So just come in and slide that across. That's your tail radiator for the Audi, and believe you me, that gets lovely and warm. And brings me nicely to the shower. Don't have to do much detail in it, basically does what it says on the tin, okay? Again here, you've got a vent, basically push the handle up, like so, again for night time, and the fly screen. So we just pull the handle, put it down, and it's all done. I hope I've made good sense to you, and like I said, anything that I've shown you, if you're unsure about, we have self-help tutorials on the YouTube channel. Please refer to that. Other than that, feel free to phone us up and we can help you over the phone if needs be. Okay, thank you very much for allowing me to do this tour for you, and I hope you have lots of pleasure in your new van. Happy holidays.